90.3 WHPC reminds you that if you ever wanted to be a teacher, the time is now.
So many of us thought about becoming teachers when we were little, but as we grew up, things changed. We decided to pursue other paths like nursing, architecture, even radio show hosting. Teachers today are taking learning far beyond the four walls of the classroom, transforming old subjects into new experiences,
and proving that greatness can be found even in everyday places. Find out more at teach.org.
A message from Teach, the Ad Council, and the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC.
Y2K18. We're making it a thing. Just go with it.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year!
Happy New Year from the voice of Nassau Community College.
90.3 WHPC.
WHPC HD Garden City.
Available on the iHeartRadio app.
Tim wanted me to start with some alarm song.
Of course.
It's New Year's Day, brother.
Yeah, I know.
You don't start off with an alarm song.
Early on New Year's Day.
You start off with the ultimate New Year's Day song by U2. All is quiet, man. I agree.
It's very quiet.
There was no one on the road today.
Very quiet.
On Hempstead Turnpike, as I'm driving here, literally no one was there. It was beautiful. It can be like that every day. I'd be happy. Anyway, welcome to the New Year's Eve 2018 show of From the Press Box. My name is Rob Leonard. Joining me, of course, is award-winning sports writer and my brother, Tim Leonard. We are live in the studio on this January 1st, 2018, 9:02 and 15 seconds. Just for those checking in, because I know you are. Anyway, last week was Christmas. Besides being Jesus' birthday, it's my brother Tim's birthday. So happy birthday to Tim.
Thank you, brother.
We actually took our first show off, I think, ever, doing the show.
It was Christmas Day.
Yeah, well, you know, no one wants to hear us talking. They'd rather hear Christmas music. So, but it was actually, I think, our first one. I think we had a snow out one time. Another time.
That was the only show that we missed. Was the snow? They closed the station,
yeah,
so we couldn't be on the air. We weren't allowed.
Yeah. So, but there was another time we had a snow out, and
we were here.
No. We Jim Green was still our program director, and I said to him on Tuesday. I called him up and said, "Jim, we really had a good show lined up. It was NCAA's promoted to talk about it." And I said, "Can we go on Wednesday? It's a rerun show of something else." And he goes, "Yeah, sure." So remember, you came back on Wednesday, and
yes, I did.
We did that. So Happy New Year, everyone, or Merry New Year if you're listening to or watching, which is technically a New Year's Eve movie or New Year's Day movie, of course. Trading Places, one of the great movies of all time. So. Anyway, a lot of things happening today.
Stay away from the beef jerky.
Yeah, stay away from the beef jerky. Actually, we go away, and a lot of things happened while we were away. I'd like to start off with what I think, even though we're going to be doing year in review also, I would like to talk about what I think is the most important thing for Long Islanders, if you're a hockey fan or just a sport fan in general. The New York Islanders have found a new home. And they will be playing at Belmont. I don't know if they're calling it the Belmont Arena or what. I don't know what they're calling it.
That is all to be determined.
Yeah,
I'm sure there will be a naming rights fee involved. So
I'm sure there will be. This happened while we were away. The thing that's interesting about it is that everyone says, well, the Islanders are back in Nassau County. Well, Belmont Racetrack is literally on the borderline of Queens and Nassau. I mean, literally, if you cross over the Cross Island to the other side, you're in Queens. So it is as close as you're going to get. It's still Nassau County. The tax money is in Nassau County. The arena is going to take a while to build. It's going to be close to if you haven't seen the plans, it's going to be close to the track itself. There's also going to be a hotel, which they have all the way on the other side of the parking lot. It's not like over here at the Nassau Coliseum where the hotel is 20 feet away and you can go to the bar and have a few drinks before going to the game. This you couldn't do because it looks like a good 15-minute walk. Because the parking lot's big.
I would be surprised if somebody doesn't open a bar in the area nearby.
Well, there's a lot of bars in Elmont. I lived in Elmont for a while. So I actually know the area pretty decently, and I know what happens when it gets crowded.
And what's that, brother?
It's hell. The streets that are south of Belmont are all private homes, most of them. Sometimes some of the track workers live down one street. I forgot what the street was, but there was one street where all the track workers lived down. They was like sharing 10 to a home or something. Okay. I don't know if they still allow it, but they allowed it then.
Let's hope not. That sounds illegal.
Yeah, it was.
Dangerous.
Well, I don't know if it's dangerous, but it was illegal. But anyway, what they give you is a pass for the street. So if you live on that street, they give you a pass saying you're allowed to park here. But I have a feeling a lot of Islander fans are going to think, I can just park on that block.
Incorrect.
That is going to be incorrect. So, and it's not like here at the Coliseum where the only place that's residential is south, and it's not even a huge amount. You got Hofstra on one side. You got the college here, Nassau Community College on one side. You got the Meadowbrook Parkway on another side, and then you got EAB Plaza or whatever it's called now. So people know to park at the Coliseum.
Well, you can't really park anywhere else unless you're a hardy soul and like a good walk.
Right. Well, that's true too. When some people have done that. But this is a credible thing. You know what got me about it? It happened so fast.
Well, I wouldn't say it happened fast.
Well, no, think about it. Think about it. A couple of years ago, the Cosmos had come up with their own plan for not residential, but for a stadium and some commercial use of the property. Totally turned down, partly because.
But good forward thinking by those Cosmos people.
Yes,
we'll give them the credit because the Cosmos don't get a lot of credit, unfortunately. But
if they'd gotten it, but think about it. We also know that was it last year or the year before the Cosmos were almost out of business.
Also true.
So they've moved to Brooklyn, and they've seemingly have found a place to play where people actually show up. Though they actually showed up at Hofstra Stadium or James A. Stewart Stadium, your boy.
Shuey.
Yeah, so I was shocked that it happened so fast. But then again, think about who's part of this whole process. You've got the Wilpons with their separate company. You got Jimmy Dolan, Oak Tree, whatever Oak Tree was. That's his company.
So far, I'm getting bungling out of those names.
Well, one thing about you can say anything you want about the Garden, and I own shares in the company, and I used to work connected to them. They know how to fix arenas. Now, this is going to be a new one, but they know how to fix arenas. They did to the Beacon, the LA Forum, Radio City, all great stuff. They would have done a great job over across the street too. But it's the Garden and basically the Wilpons and the Islanders. It's like a 33% each, and they're going to be controlling this arena. They say it's going to be 150 events a year. The bad part is going to be, for everyone who thinks they can just travel down Hempstead Turnpike to get to the game, it's going to be probably easier to take Cross Island one way or the other. Hopefully they make the lanes go across more towards the parking area so it doesn't screw up the Cross Island Parkway too. But you have to basically get involved on the Southern State Parkway.
All right. More sports, less traffic.
Well, I'm just saying that's part of what you have to do, Tim, because the area around it doesn't allow for people to sneak in with parking. It's just there's too much residential there.
Well, that's
fine.
I told you that. And they're gonna put a train stop there too. From what I'm hearing,
the train stop's already there.
Well,
they just
even
don't
better.
use it.
See how fast they did that.
But the problem with the train stop is, and this is the other side of the coin, is that people like you and me, well, you because you live in the city, you can get there. But for me, I couldn't go there. I'd have to go to Jamaica and come back. And
that's not horrible.
Yes, it is.
How far from Jamaica is it?
It's not how far it is. It's waiting for the train. Now, unless they have actual trains waiting back and forth. Look what happens when I go to the Islander games at Barclays and I have to wait a half hour in Jamaica, at 11:30 at night because there's no train. Because I'm on the main line, but it doesn't have a train waiting for me.
Wow.
That's going to be the problem. So
It's a train, not a limo.
I'm not saying it has to be a limo, brother, but that's one of the reasons I've gone to a lot of Islander games. Because I figured that the next time I go to an Islander game, I'm going to take the A train to the Garden, and then take or Penn Station. Then I'm going to take a train from Penn Station, and I'll save time.
How are you getting on the A train?
The A train is at isn't the A train at Barclays Center?
No.
I thought it was.
No.
Whatever trains are there. There's a ton of trains at the Barclays Center.
Right, okay. So you're taking a subway is basically what you're saying.
Yeah, I'll take the subway to, Penn Station, and then I'll take Penn Station. At least I'll be warm. I won't have to wait half hour in the cold weather.
All right.
So I'm just saying. But this happened very fast. And, Mario Cuomo, Andrew Cuomo, the governor of New York, helped push this through. NYCFC, my favorite team.
Your favorite team?
They also put in a
bid,
so to speak, and they were ignored. And I'm thinking,
not ignored. They just
they were ignored.
The people who made the decisions liked the Islanders bid better. That's all it was.
I think part of it has to do is even though I have to say NYCFC is doing good, playing at Yankee Stadium, event crowd wise. Do you build a stadium for soccer in this valuable piece of land?
Yes.
Well, they didn't.
Plain and simple, yes.
They didn't.
But here's what you don't know about the situation, brother.
Uh-oh.
NYCFC, yes, they did put in a bid, but the plain and simple truth is that I really don't think they wanted the site. Now,
why would you put in a bid? Just to make it look busy?
Because no, not to look busy. Because the land deal is extraordinarily favorable.
Yeah.
The cost of that. I think that NYCFC would prefer to have their home stadium, wherever it may be, still be in the Bronx somewhere, or somewhere in that region. I don't think NYCFC wanted to play. I mean, let's face it. Technically, that stadium is in Nassau County, as you said.
Right.
So it's NYC FC.
Good point.
Now you're putting the
And why would
NYC
you
team
apply
on Long
for it?
Island. Because, like I said, it's a favorable deal. They still don't know where they're going to be in the Bronx or how that's going to work out. So here is this ready-made parcel of land that politicians want to develop, that everybody's saying, hey, let's go, let's do this, let's get it done. You'd be derelict in your duty as a franchise if you didn't at least put in a bid and express some interest and say, all right, this might not be ideal for us, but it's certainly viable, and it's right now viable, as opposed to we might have to wait another 5 years before we have an actual home stadium.
Okay, well, that's a good point. That's a good point.
That's the story with that.
I mean, I'm glad the Islanders have a place to play. As you know, I hate the Barclays. I wish they went back to the Coliseum. I don't know why the Barclays people couldn't come up with go back and say, okay, we'll make a better place out of the Coliseum. We'll try to add another 2,000-3,000 seats, which they could have, because it used to be 16,000. Somewhere along the line, they could have
I don't know that they want to go back and do another refurbish after they just did one.
Let's be honest, Tim. They didn't do much of refurbishing that.
Yeah, but the problems with that building that existed previously still exist.
Yes.
Taking a few thousand seats out of it doesn't fix what was wrong with that building, one of which is the concourses are entirely too small.
They never fixed them. They should have blown out the windows, gone out another 25 feet, and at least have a concourse. They didn't even do that. They did what Long Islanders did in the 70s. They got aluminum siding.
Wow.
Aluminum siding, that's what it is.
Wow.
And now we go for vinyl siding. I mean, it's different.
Wow.
I want to see what happens to the Coliseum down the road, because Barclays makes more money out of concerts and events than they do with the Islanders. So
of course,
we'll see what happens with the Belmont Arena or whatever they're calling it. I'm glad the Islanders are coming back. We'll see. This is also my prediction. I don't like doing predictions, brother, but this is my prediction.
Hate predictions.
I'm not a predictions guy, or speculation guy, but this is my prediction.
Go ahead.
The Islanders are going to play the Barclays next year. They have to
play next 2 years for sure.
Well, this year and next year.
Yeah.
Okay, after that, the Barclays are going to beg Gary Bettman, and they're going to say, please put them in the Coliseum until their new arena is built. Bettman who's been saying, no, we can't do this, is going to go along with it.